Hey folks, Russell Longcore here from PortableOnlineBusiness.com. At PortableOnlineBusiness.com, we match people up with exciting and profitable home-based businesses that they can start on a shoestring budget. Now, for today, I'd like to talk to you about ground floor opportunity. I've heard so much about ground floor opportunity over the years that I've been around network marketing and multi-level marketing. It seems like everybody says it, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's ask the questions this morning. Is a ground floor opportunity something that you should care about? And we're going to talk about that a little bit. You'll see this in the article that surrounds this video. So here we go. A ground floor opportunity is a classic marketing tactic used by most all the network marketing companies today. But let's answer the questions here. Number one, is it effective? Number two, is it accurate? Number three, is it truthful? And finally, is it a bad idea to refer to your network marketing company or your network opportunity as a ground floor opportunity? Well, first of all, what is a ground floor opportunity? And the term has its origins in the building trades. Because if you're building a multi-story building, building a 2-story house, 3-story house, 10-story, 100 stories, which one do you build first? Well, naturally you build the foundation first, but which story do you build first? You build the ground floor first. And so by comparison, if you get into a network marketing company in the early days of its history, it's said that you got in on the ground floor opportunity or in on the ground floor. Now, that's supposed to tell you that you're getting a market advantage. In network marketing, you stand to gain hundreds or thousands of new distributors on your team if you get in on the ground floor. So, can be good, but is it effective? Well, selling a ground floor opportunity appeals to people's sense of scarcity, doesn't it? I mean, people also have two other basic desires. The one is the desire to gain, and the second one is the desire to not lose. So encouraging people to join your team while it's still in on the ground floor can be a very powerful motivator. Next, is it accurate? You know, I've seen a lot of network marketing let me back up. I've seen some network marketing people recently say that a ground floor opportunity is a bad thing. And they say, well, what happens when it's not a ground floor opportunity anymore? And that kind of leads me to think that they don't really understand market trends in any way. And so we're going to talk about market trends for just a moment. Let's back up a moment and look at business market trends, traditional market trends, how something comes to market, what happens over its lifetime. When a new idea, a product, or a service begins to be marketed, there's usually a coterie of so-called early adopters that buy first. You know the ones, the one that you see them lined up outside of an Apple store because they've got to have the new iPad, they've got to have the iPhone 5, they've got to have the newest and the best. And those people are willing to pay the top dollar usually that product is ever going to be offered at, because normally products as they mature in their life cycle, the prices usually drop. Certainly does that in electronics and technology. But typically these early adopters will pay the big money up front just so that they can say that they have this first. And as time progresses and a trend starts to build with that particular product or service, it almost acts like a wave at the beach. You know, everybody's seen a wave at the beach where it starts offshore very slowly, and you know it builds a little bit, and then more and more people become aware of the product, and more and more of a demand is created by people becoming aware of the product, and then the wave builds in height and in speed. It's coming faster toward the shore, and eventually the wave crests as the product achieves huge market penetration, doesn't it? And then what happens after that? After the wave crests, the market, so to speak, becomes calm water, and that's otherwise known as a mature market. So what happens after a ground floor opportunity passes? It becomes a mature market. And here's what happens in a mature market. The biggest players usually fight with each other over market share. So some of the smaller players either get out or are forced out because of that big fight. And that fight is many times over just simple things like pricing, because sometimes it becomes commodity pricing when something is so ubiquitous, it's so common to the marketplace that you can get it anywhere. Then market share gets handled over pricing. Wouldn't you agree? Or new technology comes along that makes the product obsolete, and then when the new product takes its place, that whole wave analogy begins all over again. Think about a technology like PC printers. They started out very expensive, then hundreds of companies flooded into the marketplace to get some market share. Now, over time, the printer market crested, and it became mature, and prices tumbled. And I can go to any dollar store around me here in Georgia and pick up a printer for anywhere from $35 to $50, and I could certainly spend more, but you know, $35 for a printer, I mean, that's ridiculous. But that's what happens. See, we have here at the house, we've got 6 printers here at the house. We only use 2 of them. The other 4 are sitting in the garage in a box or in boxes. So that's what happens with ground floor opportunities and ground floor market trends. Market trends is the most important thing, not whether something is a ground floor opportunity or not. So it's entirely accurate to discuss ground floor opportunities, but the discussion needs to be within the context of all business trends. And the largest amount of growth happens when the product is in the ground floor phase. Savvy marketers are going to enjoy market share in a mature market, but mature markets can still have their perils. I mean, folks, business is a shark tank. You know, you don't swim for free. You need to get used to that. And that's all I'll say about that. Now, next, is it truthful? Is saying something that is a ground floor opportunity, is that truthful? Well, most every network marketing company I've ever seen talks about how their company is ground floor. They usually take the entire population of the United States and call that the potential size of their market. Then they compare their customer base to that market and come up with a percentage. For example, if the USA has, let's say, 307 million people in it, and XYZ company has 1 million customers, which would be a pretty good customer base. You know, they'll say that they only have 0.3% of the total market share. And to the untrained eye, that looks like the market's wide open, but the chances are extremely good that the market is not every human being that is living and breathing in the United States. So it's that kind of math sometimes can be deceptive advertising, so you have to really watch carefully what you say. Now, finally, is it a bad idea? Well, in my opinion, talking about your product or service as a ground floor opportunity can be a very effective method of encouraging a prospect to take action. But you should be truthful. The context with which you explain your business should plainly show your prospect how market trends work, and that joining your team can place them in an advantageous position in a growing market trend. Now, for more articles by me, if you just go down here below this video, you'll see a link, and you can take a look at portableonlinebusiness.com, or there's another link there for my blog. So either way, come to Portable Online Business and see what we have to offer. We really do have some things that are ground floor, and they are ground floor opportunities, and this can place you in a very advantageous position as it relates to market share. And remember something else about our business, not everybody else's business, but I designed portableonlinebusiness.com and my business on the internet to take advantage of life essential services. We only concentrate on this. Get this. Life essential services that everybody already has in their budget that they're not voluntarily willing to live without. So, you know, we don't have people that come and go as far as discretionary purchases, and you know, you buy something one day or 1 month because you really want it, but you have no money in your budget. Next month you can't buy it. Folks, we don't have that. We have a nearly recession-proof business, and I'd love to show you what that is. So come visit us at portableonlinebusiness.com. In that link you'll find right down here. And thanks for your attention, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Bye-bye.